Hello, everyone. Welcome to the AngelHack pitch day today. First of all, I just kind of wanted to say congratulations to all of you who came this past weekend to work. I was so proud. As a French person, I was really proud because you guys are really hardcore. You stayed overnight. You worked really hard. So just round of applause for you guys for working so hard. Okay. So before we start doing the pitches and all of you guys coming up, I'm just going to repeat over what are the challenges you're going to go after, what are the prizes, and of course, the first being the AngelHack Challenge. Anybody who submitted a project is eligible for the AngelHack prize. So it's just about coming in with passion, having a great idea, making it happen, and have a working demo at the end of the pitch, and you're good to go. And the winner gets into our acceleration prize, which is a 3-month program that's going to start in August 7th, and it's going to take you through developing your prototype, your hackathon prototype into an actual MVP, into actually doing your first beta testing, onboarding your first clients, your first customers, and hopefully making it to the Silicon Valley Week, which is the last week of October, where you're going to be able to go to San Francisco and pitch at our Global Demo Day, which happens on November 1st. So last year was the Barcelona team that made it all the way. We had a first time in European team won in a few years, so that was great. So let's make it happen this year again, and hopefully French or Germany, or I think there's another Reykjavik. I think there's a Reykjavik person here, so maybe you, but European, that'll be great. The other challenge is a consensus prize, and they were looking for the most inspiring project using blockchain technology. The team is over there. I just wanted to kind of give them a round of applause for being there and helping you guys making it happen. And also allowing us to be able to be here in Paris. As I mentioned before, every year from April to July, we go to more than 60 cities around the world to be able to have these hackathons and welcome you, and hopefully having you onboarding the Acceleration Prize and going to an entrepreneurship journey of yours. And we'll not be able to do this without partners like Consensus, who allow us to be able to be present here and afford all of these delicious meals you have over the weekend and things like that. You know, and have cool technology to use, of course, and build your project. And the Consensus Prize is 3 Ether to be split among the winning team. There was, of course, another sub-challenge, impact. So as I mentioned before, we also have a Code for a Cause. It's a nonprofit of ours. There's very much about building things that are having great impact, social impact around the world. And as a sub-challenge, if one of your challenge was having a social impact or an environmental impact, it was a part of the Code for a Cause Impact Challenge. And what that means is that if you win the project, it's not every city, just because you did it doesn't mean that you're going to be winning. It's allocated to only specific few of the projects we see if they're worthy of going through an acceleration program. So basically, if you win, you're going to be put into a pool that is going to be reviewed by a board that is comprised of partners of ours, like the Chan Zuckerberg Foundation or other impact accelerators like Catapult Accelerator in Oslo and other impact investing partners. So if you win, and if they choose you, they're going to be choosing 5 of the best projects out of that pool so that you can go into the Accelerator program and go through the same channel as the winners of each grand prize. So before we go into things, I just wanted to have the judges introduce themselves. They're going to be the one deciding on the grand prize today. Just giving them an opportunity to say some few words. You can start, Eva.
Hi, everyone. Well, I'm Eva down here from IBM Services, and I'm very proud of you all guys to have done projects in such a short time. I've had an entrepreneur partner part-time on my own for 6 years, and I wish you all the best and lots of luck. And because it's a real challenge to do entrepreneurships, and I'm very happy. Oh. Sorry, I'm not speaking loud enough. And well, I wish you all the best. I hope I'll judge you correctly.
Hi, I hope I'm holding it right. So my name is Julian Quinton. I was an entrepreneur. I stopped, it's just too much work. So I've created a company named Infinite after my PhD, which I sold to Docker. I guess if you've got some IT guys in the crowd, you know Docker. So a company in San Francisco about containers and stuff anyway. And now I joined Techstars to run the Paris Accelerator, which is, I guess, very similar. So 3 months, you get accelerated with a lot of help from 200 mentors. And we've got a big network around the world, almost 2,000 companies accelerated by Techstars around the world, 40 accelerators, so 40 cities. And that's basically it. So I've just joined a month ago. So happy to help you in any way, even if you don't go through Techstars. That's the spirit of Techstars. If I can be helpful, I will. So good luck.
Hello again, everyone. I'm still Jerome, this guy. For the record, I lead a team of engineers at Consensus who are doing crazy things on the Ethereum blockchain and incubating projects that you may have on this blockchain. So happy to be here also. I was doing a hackathon 3 years ago here. It was a lot of fun, and I heard from my team that you guys did amazing stuff, so I can wait to see those. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Marjorie. I'm an entrepreneur. I founded a first company in a media business. A few years ago, I sold it to a German company. Now I launched a new project in food business. I founded a pastry and biscuit house, very healthy. And I'm also a business angel, so I invested in a few startups. So I wish you a lot of good luck.
Hi, I'm Alexis, and I'm a partner at Kima Ventures. It's the fund of Xavier Niel, the guy that created 42. I think I don't need to explain. And he's investing a lot in a ton of different startups in order to help entrepreneurs, and we are his fund to do this. That's it.
Thank you very much. Just to go over the judging criteria for the grand prize. Again, is it fundable? Is there potential for sustainable business model? So execution, what did you accomplish over the course of the past 24 hours? UI, UX, did you actually think about the user and the user experience? Originality, that's pretty clear. And scalability, how much of an impact is your project having? Is your product having? How many people are you impacting? How much are you disrupting an industry? Things like that. Before we start with the presentation order, which is fair, presentation order, it was the first submitted to the last submitted. The first submitting is the one going first. Just a reminder for those of you, because we're going live, just stick within the whiteboard stuff. Do not touch the screen. Apparently, and and I think there's a third. Oh yeah, speak by the. I mean, make sure that it's very close to your mouth, basically. And that's it for the intro. So we're going to start with Organicoin. Just a reminder, you have 2 minutes. It's going to be a harsh 2 minutes to be able to pitch your idea. And the judges, because there's only there was 8 submissions, so now it's 9 submission. Something wrong? Did you guys submit? You sure you submitted? Okay, I'll add you at the end, so no worries. Okay, so 2-minute pitch, and then I'm gonna allow the judges to go all the way to 2-minute questions. So that's kind of gonna be the order. I'm going to put, as I remember, my computer, the 2-minute thing is going to be over there, so you can figure out yourself in terms of your pacing, and you can move from there. Cool. Good luck.
Hi everyone, I'm Nicola, and over the last 2 days we work on organic coin. So basically we started with this perspective. To us, the food industry is nonsense. Studies shows that today third-party companies are operating insane supply chain effort to transport food into supermarket. Now, in the same time, 64% of supermarket customers live less than 35 kilometers away from a local organic producer. So now, why should a carrot travel more, in average, more than 2,400 kilometers in order to before arriving into those supermarkets? So, to fix this problem, we create Organicon. So basically, we do two things. First, we connect local producers and customers in order to avoid environmental and economic costs, and we remove all third-party companies in order to allow customers and producers to define the price, define themselves at a fair price. So basically, what do? We allow customers such as Paula to save 25% of supermarket prices by buying locally to one of our local producer, which is Richard, who can earn 20% more than what you would have get because he sell directly to the customers. So basically, in the end, the food industry company, the food industry is a 7 billion euro market per year, which can be improved, and a lot of us can see it. Good, thanks.
Yeah, I see that you have a coin here. Why do you use a coin and not Ether for payment? What is your token model behind it?
Okay, so basically we decided to go on-chain for several type of items. So basically the products, the producers, the customers, and the stocks for products. Why do we need a token? Because basically we on the platform you exchange by tokens, which can help to remove all those third party companies. So basically we use a token, but we decided to display the price in fiat because this is easier for adoption. So basically we were one of our basic point is food. Mice food are insane. So basically, we consume food that has grown a lot far away from us, and the thing is, transportation is very costly. So basically, there are producers who grown organic food near of us, but again, they can't get to the market. So we want to connect those two kinds of stakeholders. So basically, if we make the bridge between short distances, we decrease the price of transaction.
Basically, the calculation behind is pretty much 2 grams per kilometer per kilogram of food that we transport.
And how is the delivery? Go pick up
There is two possibilities. So first, you choose to pick up your food, but this is our next step. We need to tackle those issues to supply chain, and one possibility is to Uberize. To Uberize the delivery. We want to build a peer-to-peer delivery system, in which each delivers, every people that deliver a vegetables or an item get rewarded thanks to a token.
Okay, so let's talk about Holly. So if we are here, basically it started with a personal story. 2 years ago, I have my family house built. And when we said to our friends we are going to do that, they told us they told us we were really courageous or unconscious. Actually, everything went good for us, but it's not the case for 30,000 families that every year are facing some delays or unexpected damages when they comes to this kind of situation. Everything went right for us because we had the support of a kind of an expert who helped us to choose the right professionals and also to follow our work on a daily basis. So Oli is there to play the role of this expert and is his advisor for people who don't have the chance to have a friend with a kind of an expert. Thanks to Oli, you can follow all the work which is done on construction. You can have access on an ID card of your house, and everything will be registered, and you can keep it forever. So it's important because it brings some transparency between on the job that has been done during the construction, and after that, it created a real DNA card of the house. So here you can follow every task, and if you are facing damages or litigation, you can directly put it on the website, and this is directly registered, and then you have a double validation if you want to finish and close the damage. We want to go to the market through the insurance company because I think it can help them to prove who could be at the origin of the problem, and maybe to reduce the delay, to give the money to the owner, and then he can continue to do his work construction. Above all, I think it's important because we create a
Exactly. I have a question. How do you earn money?
We can earn money through the insurance company first because I guess for them it will simplify the proof of the origin of the damages. Then they can recover their money faster from the insurance of the builder with maybe at the origin of the damage. It can also be from the owner itself, maybe not at the first intention, but at long term, it creates really a DNA card, and then for a buyer, when you will sell your house, it's a reassurance, and then maybe it creates an added value.
I mean, you as a company, like your business model?
My business model, we will sell that to the insurance company, and then they will encourage the final user, and maybe they can have a discount. And yeah, this is the first point to earn money. After that, I think the owner himself can pay for that.
Especially if he has a rent, someone who's renting
Yeah.
the flat and who is inside the flat. If I understand well, if there's someone who is renting the flat, the owner has a perfect view of everything that is done in his house and follow up of the, okay.
Yeah, and if you want to sell your property after, I think it will really give an added value because.
Okay, it's nice.
Where do you store the data?
No, maybe you can.
Where's my data? Jason is gone.
Right now, what we did is just a dummy mock data, just for the sake of presentation. So we used Swagger to model it, and then we used Faker to give values for the presentation. Okay.
Hello, let me present a project as Encrypted. It's a secure storage and sharing of information using IPFS and Ethereum. It's always encrypted, and you always have control of it. Is there a problem with data storage and sharing? It can be any information, personal and corporate. With personal information, we have lots of problems, and GDPR is one of the witnesses that there are problems. With corporate information, we also have lots of problems, data leaks, data manipulation, and regulators can fine companies if they do something wrong with data. This project helps prevent these things. And let's take a use case from B2B, banking and regulator. A bank extracts its data and publishes it encrypted in decentralized storage. if a regulator wants to check this data, it requests the bank, and the bank re-encrypts the same data for new reader, for regulator. And then regulator has access to this data. Let's quickly see how it looks. It's a simple interface with and it also uses MetaMask. Here, a user, like a bank, can choose a file, and this file will be encrypted and stored in decentralized storage and be accessible only to this user. But if someone, like a regulator, requests this data, we share, we enter code. Okay.
So many. Okay, I would start with the obvious one and easy ones. How do you intend to convince businesses to actually put critical, sensitive data in this?
The easiest way, if a regulator tells them to do, but some companies and people can do it voluntarily. It's in fact it's encrypted, and we believe it's safe.
What solution do you have to share the keys?
Share keys?
Yeah, on the demo you say like, okay, I'm gonna share the file to you. I'm gonna you were typing that you were about to share a key or share the decryption key to the receiver.
Currently, there is no way in the system to share the key, so it's like external to the system. Maybe they write an ancient email to you asking this data, please, like encrypt it for this public key. But it can be implemented inside the system, like in some messaging. Or maybe directory, like national bank of this country, regulator has this key. So if they request your data, you use this key. So there are many possibilities. But
I have a question about your competitors, because storage like OneDrive or Google, and you can use those kind of storages, but you can do add-ons also as well, which will take all the metadata of the files you're sharing or not and encrypting them automatically. So what would be really the difference between OneDrive, which is secure for the company and on a B2B model, of course, and added with an automated encryptor based on the metadata of the files?
I see two parts in this question. First part is like automation, and currently it's all manual. But yeah, I included in further development that it should be automated and integrated with systems, company systems. And comparing with competitors, they are centralized. It's some people think it's very bad. Some people think it's okay.
Hello, so ePay, easy, fast shopping everywhere. Today we present for you a mobile application which will use one of its functionality is creating contract based on this decentralized application. Beside that, we provide a solution which is an instant payment using a QR barcode. So here we are targeting a local market for now, which is about second-handed car, taking in consideration that we have 5.5 million transaction of cars transaction yearly, beside the capital of market, which is 45 million of dollar here in France. So taking in consideration that 1/4 of cars have hidden issues which cost about 1,200 per car, which is not covered by assurance. So one of the functionality of our application is to provide a solution which is a decentralized contract. So on the mobile application, let's suggest we have Matthias and Jeremy, and they just need to choose a contract and which is related to cars. After that, they need to scan a barcode, and voila, it is on the Ethereum. It is complete transparency and very clear, and it will follow the car on all its life cycle. So the application is not only based on this contract, but beside that, it is providing a solution which is an instant payment. Here we go. Next time. Maybe because of the light. Great. Okay. I have been working on a mobile application and the web application at the same time. But it seems I have only 2 minutes, but 24 hours without sleeping working on it. So just to actually, the application is an instant payment. Just I will give them the questions. Okay.
What about the payment method and all this?
Okay, the payment method, it's an instant method because today in France, okay, for example, if I go to a supermarket, I need to introduce my credit card or by cash. But today we present. Can you show the web application, please? So today we provide a mobile application which is based on instant payment using QR code, okay? And beside that, it generates contract based on the Ethereum blockchain. And for our application, I built a playground, which is an e-shopping model, which is based on a virtual reality. It has been 24 hours, bro. See? Seriously. Can we please have just 1 minute to... Okay.
So you can pay with your credit card if you want. You also have the opportunity to generate a contract blockchain. So it's basically blockchain for anyone. Anyone can use it without even knowing it exists. So then the payment. What is the
the currency it's bind to a bank account, so it's kind of PayPal but with a QR code. If you have heard about WeChat in China now, China is becoming more cashless because of the flow of money there. Like just scan, okay? It's like you enter supermarket, which has been made by Jack Ma. Just you scan. Everything is automatic, and you go out. So based on we have been inspired by this to bring this technology here in France. But beside that, I built a playground which is a virtual reality shopping. That means which is a representation of physical shops. Okay, let's suggest I want to go to a supermarket nearby or visit a museum or whatsoever. So I need to just locate it. Okay, and here we go. I will have virtual 360 virtual visit, and let's suggest there's products which I like. I want to buy. What I need to do, just zoom in. I got my code bar, which is related to my ePay. Scan it. Voila. And about the delivery system, it can be like by sending, or I go and get it. So this is one of the solution. You're welcome. Okay, I have my Bitbucket with all description to how to build the project, how to test it, and so on. It's based on Docker, blockchain, and so on. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Hello everyone, I'm Omar. One of the biggest problems in the world is how to trust a stranger. In the other hand, the world is more connected than we think. A Facebook research proved that everyone is connected to anyone else by an average of 3.5%. How we can use that? SureTouch is a startup that extracts the user's data to build the social graph, and it provides an API that can be easily used. So I use it to build Let's Trust. Let's Trust is a Chrome plugin that exploits your social network to have the path between you and your future prospect. So you can use it to have the friend that can introduce you to everyone you want. So how it works? Okay. First you have to log in. Then you search for your contacts details, and then select it and click for search a path, and you will have the path. You will have the friend that can introduce you to your prospect. Thank you.
Is it kind of based on scoring different people and saying, okay, this person has already done something good and scored?
Yeah, it extracts the data from Gmail and Facebook and some social network websites, and it's create a score between you and your friends to know the degree of trust based on the interaction between you and him. For example, you do some comments to his post for Facebook, for example, and you do some likes to his post. So it's potentially you know him very much, and so in the path that we display, we will use this person as the intermediary to reach your target. So.
And what is his responsibility as a third party, let's say?
The responsibility of the intermediary.
Yeah, because he would be if he scores someone well and.
So, for example, I'm an entrepreneur and I'm looking for an investor. So when I have an email of an investor, I will do a search, and I will find my best friend can introduce me to this investor.
Okay, so yeah, I see the.
What about the competition? What's the competition doing? How are you different?
The competition.
Other products doing something similar?
We can say LinkedIn, but
yeah, I was going to say LinkedIn.
But LinkedIn does not use data from Facebook or Gmail to build the scoring between individuals. So
would the idea be to develop all APIs with all kind of different social networks?
The API is already developed.
Okay,
it is developed by a startup called SureTouch, and for this plugin, I used this API to create this plugin.
So it's only going to be Facebook and Gmail, or
Gmail and Outlook.
And Outlook.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I'm Joe from Charging Ledger, and I want to show you how we optimize the way to charge electric cars. So we can see that the number of electric cars is increasing extremely fast. So we expect a number of 30% of each car is going to be electrical by 2030. This is based by studies. So what's going to happen? So if it goes worse, we'll have blackouts. The grid actually it's not made for this. Most cars are being charged between 5 and 8 p.m. People are coming home, plugging in the car. So basically, to solve this, we need to change the charging cycle from this critical time of a congestion in the grid to a later time, for example. So this is what we're doing. We are providing this solution to the grid operator and accessing this. So let's look at the use case. So Steve is plugging in his car and typing in his information and selecting the way he wants to charge his car. So he's leaving tomorrow morning. He's quite flexible. He's saying, oh, well, perhaps 7 hours. It's going to be okay for me. This information is going to be submitted on the blockchain and instantly available for the grid operator on his web application. On web application, he's saying that the line A is already on a red dot. He needs to do something. He's accessing on this flexible charging times and try to solve the problem. By doing this, Steve receives information, it was accepted, and the grid is stable. So we looked at our competitors, and we see, of course, the grid operators themselves as a competitor, but we think we will be a lot faster and innovative to provide a solution. Second of all, we see prototypes in the energy market. Most of them are peer-to-peer energy trading, so we are on the line. This is our MVP, so of course, there are a lot of things coming. We want to have a really usable function for the end user, like audio recognition, for example, patterns, for example, or things like this, and also provide tools like APIs to the grid operator. Thank you very much, and feel free to ask questions.
What's the benefit of using a blockchain for that?
Yeah, good question. The basic, of course, you can do many things on the central database. I think one many good reason is to have in the energy market we have a lack of transparency, and with we have a first point of changing this at the moment. We have a lot of grid operators. In many countries, there are more like 500, 800 grid operators. And the person who is traveling with a car, he's not having the same grid operator at the same time. If it's your house, of course, you always have the same grid operator. But in this case, you're changing and you're interacting with a lot of companies. And to have a tokenization, like a benefit with tokens, like money is flowing actually, make it transparent, make it on blockchain. Yes, please.
Actually, how did you get the idea?
So two of us are working in the energy business since quite a while. We are not full-time at all working on this. We had the idea, we are still on the job. I basically quit my job 4 weeks ago, but we are really passionate on this. We found each other all here. We didn't know each other before, and we got pretty good on this idea, and I think it's solving a lot of problems. Thanks.
How do you plan on tackling the scalability problem that you will have running on the Ethereum blockchain?
Yeah, well, as I said, we are on 2018, so it can be, of course, a little bit slow at sometimes. We'll have to see either on a, perhaps I'm saying it's wrong, but either on a private blockchain, there are some possibilities to solve this. I think public is better from the public and from the transparency. But yeah, we need to work on this one for sure. Good point. Next step as a further MVP could be, of course, to first of all to actively communicate with charging stations. They have an open protocol, so you can actually access information if you are allowed to. If you're not getting all the data you need, you can add a second IoT device like a gateway, something like this, communicating, for example, with your system. Okay, thank you.
Hello, everyone. Meet Nabila. Nabila, since she's been hearing about the Bitcoin buzz, she's been willing to share the opportunity with her friends and family. And unfortunately, the French Monetary Regulation Authority, IMF, is highly concerned by citizens' savings. So they had to remind Nabila that there is a thin line between risk and foolishness. So in an egalitarian world, Nabila would have access to all of your brains in order to have information and insight about where to invest and what's a scam. what's an opportunity. That's the reason why Legifila Machine Learning is crowdsourcing all of your insights and aggregating based upon your scores in order to rank the different tokens available. We've built a one-click integration with MetaMask so that as soon as Nabila clicks on preview, she has access, thanks to her MetaMask public number, to the best tokens according to your investment strategies. And what's more, she can send a request for quotation in order to have more insight about the team who's behind the project or the sustainability of the issue they're trying to tackle, for example. So thanks to the best of both worlds, crowdsourced data and machine learning, Nabila has access to a decentralized and faster version of Bloomberg News, basically. Thank you.
Yeah, how does it differ from prediction markets?
How it differs is the crowdsourcing is based upon a locally calculated score before you giving any type of information. So your expertise is calculated based upon your ability to have predicted correctly and your ability to have done effective investments previously.
And do I get paid for my insights?
You can get paid from your insights in the freemium version. If you give access to your data, you have access to rankings. You don't get paid for that, but your rankings is based upon the calculation. So Nabila can ask you for more advice and pay you directly. So that, but in order to do so, you have to give us access and calculate your score. So yes, you can get paid for your data. The business model is the calculation, the distributed calculation, because if you don't have a lot of investments, it's easy to do machine learning locally. But if you're a professional investor, in order to have a fast deep learning, we have to decentralize the artificial intelligence behind that. So you can pay for a multi-tenant calculation in order to have an instant scoring.
Hello, everyone. There is some gamers in this room. Okay, so do you already dream about earning some money while you play games? Yeah? Okay, so we have maybe a solution for you. And more than just earning money, we give you the possibility to become a hero for our planet. We are creating a little arcade game where you have to buy an entrance ticket for get into the game. And if you win the game, you will earn the whole pot of all players. So if there is 100 players, you get 100 times your money. Our vision is to go forward to create a virtual life game, a 3D world, and maybe go to virtual reality or augmented reality games in the future. But it's not the question. In the game, there is a lot of gamification process and a lot of success, achievement, daily mission to get more tokens. There is a special tokens on the games. It's a proof of time. So all the time you are in the game, you get some tokens and you can exchange it. It's like your experience, an experience token. And so some people want some experience without lost time. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand. Do you develop your own game or do you wrap that around existing games?
Actually, we develop our first game, and in the future we want to create the technology where other game can get into the technology for the same business model.
You were speaking about environment and being a superhero for the environment.
Yeah, it's the part of the business model. We take a fees on the final pot, like 10%. We split in two parts, and we give the half to the charities association. And we want to create an association for better managing the money.
Wouldn't it be good to do an association against too much gaming and and addictedness into games? Aren't you scared of that? That people might be really addicted? It's already the fact without winning money, and
it's a fact. Yes, with us, they will be addicted to save the planet, not just earning money.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can you rerun the video? Too late. Okay, cool.
It was difficult to develop the full technology in 24 hours, so we have just a little demo. Yeah, we have the back end and the front end. No, not yet. And we plan to connect with Stellar too, and Tezos.
Hi, everyone. Online petitions are a good opportunity for citizens to influence the world. But those petitions have low credibility and a small impact because they are managed by centralized platforms and that can organize the result for their own benefits. Good Sign is an autonomous platform that promotes global causes through the creation, promotion, and the signing of online petitions. It's decentralized, self-sovereign, transparent, and secure. So Good Sign reduces the risk of manipulation. So example, Tom, 25, freelancers, care about pollution problems in the world. He heard about Good Sign through a friend. It's a global and fair application. Let's discover it together. I see the 3 major petitions that have been submitted by voting by the community. 1 click to sign the petitions that interest me. 1 click to validate the sponsors who pay the fees in the same call of the smart contract. 1 click to confirm my transactions with MetaMask. It's free for me and it's simple. I can participate by voting for the next petition campaign and launch my own petitions. So we are now resolve our problem all on blockchain. My vote matters way much more now. I really feel like a world citizen. Today, 4 million people sign big petitions. 150 million users on change.org. Okay. We have 4 million people sign big petitions. So it's a big market. And so we charge 50 cents by signature, and Good Sign take 5% of those 50 cents.
And what about competition? Competition. Are they others websites that
you have a
propose
change
the same thing?
You have change.org who does the same, but they do with email, which you can create a lot of emails, and that makes more not real, not trustworthy. And now it's like you can like upload in MetaMask, so it's like one identity. And for the roadmap, we wanted to improve identity certifications with Uport, Civic Interaction, Oracle, and it will always be autonomous solution. And it's now live, but I'm so sorry that it doesn't work as we wanted. But yeah, you can use it, and it's actually, but maybe he could talk it more.
Okay. So our pain is the opacity of the platform like change.org. Change.org is not really an association and can do favoritism for a petition and the company pay for sponsored petition, and our solution is a decentralized solution for the company pay, but the company can't influence the petition. And the business model is when you can participate to a petition free, and for that, just you answer a question for a company, but the company can't truquer le game. It's for that. And the petition has a big problem, is very opacity, and so the government thinks it's just an email and is not really a real problem.
Hey, today we're going to present a small project. It's called Go Green. How many of us do like plants, do like flowers in our house? The problem with it is like you don't really know the type of flowers which you need to put in a place. So every space is unique. I mean, there can be a big garden, it can be a small balcony, it can be something indoor in your house, or even a small plant inside your car. So the problem is we use machine learning to solve this problem. We have an application where the user can register. And once he's registered, he logs into the application. And basically, we use machine learning depending upon your geolocation, the area of plantation, like the area of a garden, or any small pot, to suggest you different kind of plants which grows in a particular climatic region or a particular geolocation. So we just suggest plants which can really thrive in the long run. So there are basically plants which depend upon the flowering cycles, winter flowering plants and summer flowering plants, and we use machine learning to do it. We have another scenario where Alice has no idea about what she wants to do in her house. So she gives us all the details we need, like the surface area of a house, type of place, apartment, etc. So then we're gonna put her in contact with one of our experts who are like really experienced in gardeners, and we give them this machine learning information about what kind of plants to plant for her. And maybe she likes flowering plants, so we're gonna put flowering plants in her house. So what we solve a problem of concrete jungle. I mean, urbanization is bringing down the greenery everywhere. We also get customers from the city hall, like the Mary the Parry, for example. Like there's a tramway being built. You want a particular type of grass to be built on the tramway. We use machine learning to suggest the best grass to plant. So we also have the gardener thing, where the gardener accepts the job and it updates in a database in progress. We also have a payment way where a customer can pay for it.
Hi. So you put in contact customers and gardeners, and also you sell plants. So it's also a marketplace.
Yes,
right?
we work with local plant providers. So we basically sell plants. The gardeners can get them themselves, but we do it ourselves too.
Okay,
Or if you can't do it, we find a gardener to do it.
Okay. So you take money on
The commission
selling
from the gardener.
Okay, and the gardener. Okay, thank you.
We also work with city halls so that if your house is really green, you get a concession on the house tax.
What system you use for AI and machine learning?
It's Python Sky. There's a Python framework for machine learning. There are some other libraries we use, but we do not have enough data. We probably had 5 examples of the plants we used in the demo, which is really in the database. It's from the database. So we have a little working prototype with where the payment doesn't work, but everything else really works. So yeah. So the AI just takes in details about climatic information, the flowering cycle, the time of sunrise, sunset, the geolocation, and the availability. It's going to suggest you the best plants you can plant depending upon your area, your flower pot, or a big apartment complex where there are big gardens, you just want to plant organic stuff, for example. It's going to suggest the best vegetables to grow, for example.
So given that you have all this information and you use machine learning, what's the part for the expert? What does the expert actually bring to the table on top of that?
The expert as in the gardener?
Yeah, you said that you put in contact an expert. If
The expert is a guy who's been doing gardening for quite some time. So we just help him to make better decisions with machine learning. So you can buy a plant tomorrow in your house and it might go rotten in 2 days, but I can prevent that. You might like a particular type of flower in a place. We kind of wanted to use the concept of image recognition. Like you go to a friend's place, you like a flower, you click a picture, it recognizes the species, the generic and species name, and suggests if it can really grow in your place. But we also plan to use augmented reality, where you can take the picture of your garden and select the plants. It's going to show the flowers in real time with augmented reality. Any more questions from the audience? Because you're the last team, we have time.
So as I mentioned before, I'm really excited for us to be back in Paris. When I came back to Europe last year, came back home here in France, I wasn't able to bring it here. So really, really glad that I was able to. And thank you for making this weekend really great. I didn't sleep a lot, but it was worth it. So congratulations to everyone again. And before going into the prizes, I wanted to have Kimia over there again come and for you guys to give her a great warm of saying hi. For the judges who aren't there, Kimia is my ambassador, so I'm the only person from AngelHack in the region, so I manage Europe here, and I will not be able to go to that many cities, will not be able to be in so many countries without our ambassadors who work who work a lot of hours, who help us make this happen. So thank you, Kimia. And if anyone is interested in joining her and me for the next rounds and next month here in Paris, come talk to me. Always look for great ambassadors. So yeah, that's that for that. And thank you to 42, of course. I wouldn't be able to have this event without having venue sponsors willing to host us. So I don't even know if they're 42. Thank you, La Régie. Thank you for everyone who's here. And last but not least, before Consensus comes and actually announce their winners, thank you again to Consensus. I'll have, I don't know who's announcing the winner for Consensus. Come up.
Thank you. Okay, thank you all for the hard work. It was great meeting you and spending some time together discussing some of your ideas. So speaking of me and Alexandre and Christian. So you did a fantastic job. It was really hard to select a project to give the prize to. So we have been really hesitating a lot, but in the end we had to pick up a project and we decided to go with Organic Coin. So thank you all.
Then we are going to have one of the judges explain who is the AngelHack Prize winner for the 11th series.
Hi, first thanks a lot for having us as judges. It was a pleasure to hear about all the projects, and they were very, very good projects, and it was very difficult to pick a winner. And after discussing with the rest of the judges, we picked as a winner Charging Ledger. Congrats. So, and one of the reasons we picked Charging Ledger is because of a problem they're currently tackling. The thing is that EVs, electric vehicles, are a really, really important topic in how cities will evolve in the future. And the thing is that the problem that currently limits the scalability and will not make electric vehicles being able to be used in the day-to-day lives is the charging infrastructure. And it's one of the big and major problems that needs to be tackled in the world right now. And that's why we were very impressed about about the problem you were tackling, and we picked you as winners.
Thanks. Well, very important to work for a cause, and we know that, of course, it's the fundamental of AngelHack, and so we were really struggling to choose a team, and thank you all, and congratulations, because I think you all did a really good job, but we thought the one who would have the most impact would be a good sign, and to everything you can make advance in the future. Many petitions and all those projects will be helped, and putting and adding blockchain to it is really good. So congratulations, guys. And even if you had some trouble with the demo, it was really a good job.
Thank you so much. So before everyone gets to go, I would love to have everyone to come up here, and we're going to take a group photo for the Paris event. So if you can just all come over there. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming.